Hey guys, Nate here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a screen used complete knife set from American Horror Story. This knife set was used originally in season 7, American Horror Story Cult. It was then reused the following season for American Horror Story Apocalypse. So let's take a look. All right, guys, I got the set right here. So we're going to take a look at it. Now, as I said, it is a complete set. And in a minute here, I'll show you what I mean by that. So here it is, guys. Here is the complete set right here. Let me try to, sorry, this one particular knife is very heavy. So here it is, guys. This is a complete prop butcher knife set from American Horror Story. Again, as I said, this set was originally used in season 7, which was Cult. This was actually the set used in a few of the murders by the clown, the evil clown, Trump cult, whatever you want to call them, in the show. And more specifically, this particular set was used to kill Emma Roberts' character in that season. So yeah, so here it is. So let's take a look at the complete set. So first here we have the hero knife. So this is the main hero knife for the set. I kind of wanted to show you guys this complete set because I thought it would be a good opportunity to kind of discuss for some of you. I get a lot of feedback on some of my videos, and a lot of people keep asking, like, what are you talking about when you say hero? Not everybody obviously knows, so I'm going to explain that to you. When it comes to props, and we'll talk specifically about the knives, but in general, it's almost everything, especially if it's something that an actor is holding, a hand prop. There's typically two versions of that prop. One being what is referred to as a hero prop, which simply means that the hero prop is typically the best looking, most detailed, most quality version of whatever that prop is. And it's specifically used for close-ups when the camera's really close. In this case, a knife. If someone's holding it like this, it would more than likely be the hero if the shot is up close. If there's a close-up shot of someone holding the knife like this, or just a close-up of the knife itself, it would be the hero. It's an actual butcher knife. So it's a real kitchen knife. It's a real butcher knife. It actually looks like it has an edge to it. If the light catches it just right, that really looks like it has an edge to it, but no edge. No edge whatsoever. Oh, just kidding. Yeah, there's no edge on this knife whatsoever. Basically, they just took a real butcher knife, real kitchen knife, and they dulled the blade. Next, we have what is known as the stunt knife. So this knife would have been used for stunts if someone's running with the knife, if someone's like waving the knife in another actor's face. If you're, there's a knife fight in season 8 that these were actually used for. A lot of the close-ups where they're holding the knife like this would have been this knife. When they're actually going like this, it would have been this one, would have been one of the stunt knives. So this is one of the stunt knives. It's literally just basically a mold of this knife. And they painted it to look realistic. Now, I will say that if it looks kind of dull and black, it's because it is. The paint that they use for the stunt knives, they typically don't hold up over time. And it doesn't matter because they don't need to. You're not going to see a stunt knife in a close-up shot. So it doesn't need to look perfect, and it doesn't need to last. They're not really built to last. They're built for brief stunt scenes, the knife's moving, whatever, and then they're done. So this is a plastic handle The handle's like solid plastic, and then this is a rubber. You can see it's slightly. I don't want to bend it too much, but it's a rubber knife, rubber casting of that butcher knife. And you know, if the light catches it, it's still kind of. It looks kind of real. Again, it would have looked much better during filming, but again, the paint that they use on the rubber knives typically do not hold up over time, and this is a perfect example of it. As you can see, it's rather dull looking, not super realistic looking anymore, but again, would have looked much more realistic on set when they had actually were actually filming with it, and it would have had like the fresh coat of that reflective paint. Here we have the retractable effects knife. Now this would be, and these are kind of getting like to the point where a lot of productions aren't using these as much anymore, just because they're really expensive to make. They can break, they can jam, and if they jam, they can hurt somebody. They're kind of like, you can use blood with them, but you don't really want to if you can avoid it, because the blood gets down inside and messes, like sticks to the spring mechanism, and it can just make it like a mess. So they're kind of a pain to use, which is why a lot of productions opt for digital effects with stabbing now, but these are still used, so don't get me wrong. There's still a lot of productions that do use these. They're not as prevalent as they used to be years and years ago. The whole thing, even the handle steel, cast of the butcher knife, and it has the spring mechanism inside here, which allows this to go inside and retract back out as if stabbing somebody. So I'll give you like a just a demonstration of the mechanism, like that. Kind of see it, how it works, just like that. And then of course, like if you're stabbing, you know, it would be kind of similar to that. So I also do a lot of things with like digital, where they can digitally erase this line on screen, so they don't have to be like, okay, we're going to use the hero knife, then we're going to switch to this, and then back, and then they can do a lot more if they're using a retractable. Like I said, they're kind of getting less and less use in Hollywood, just because it's just quicker to do things digitally, unfortunately. And also, these are very expensive to manufacture. This particular one cost production around $2,000 to make. Just this knife, like literally this $2,000. So pretty expensive. I know the retractable knives for Scream 4 cost almost $2,500 a piece, and they had 2 of them, so that's $5,000 right there for 2 knives. But yeah, guys, so this is it. This is really heavy. It's super heavy. This is probably my favorite prop that I have from the American Horror Story show. I do have other props that I'll show at another time, but yeah, just kind of wanted to give you guys a quick look at a complete set. Like I said, very difficult to find a complete set. So here it is. Screen used, complete knife set from American Horror Story Cult and American Horror Story Apocolypse. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe.